Hi. Just before the audio starts, I'll try and make this quick. Have a few things to say. Number one, I have a Patreon. Link in the description. If you like my content, for $5 a month, you can be a member of the Patreon and get access to a bunch of exclusive audios. You can get access to a Discord, and you can get access to weekly polls, which is why you're hearing this audio right now. I also have launched a second channel where I'm going to do a lot more story-based audios that are much more experimental and all that stuff, because YouTube doesn't like it when I post those here, so I made a second channel. And finally, I am still trying to support a very dear friend of mine through her GoFundMe, so the first link in the description is that, because I love her so much, and she's just having some financial trouble that's outside of her control. So if you can, send her a few bucks her way. Thank you. Now, without further delay, enjoy the audio. Yes, I'm very glad you were able to come, Mother. Well, of course. I mean, I'm going to be married within the next few days, and, well, I want you to see me before I'm whisked away by some woman. Of course. If you'll excuse me. Hi, have we met? Yes, are you a relative of mine or the wife's? Wow. You, well, what a way for us to meet. Oops. Oh, they had a whole thing planned, didn't they? They didn't? I figured they would have. They just figured we would Alright, fair enough then. Um, well, how do you do, future wife? um, my name is Nikolai. Yours? It's a beautiful name. I am out of questions. I mean, you can't really ignore the whole awkward angle of all this. I mean, I don't know you. It's happening so fast, but, kind of have to end the Civil War. It's for the good of the people, and I'd rather not my fellow countrymen die for what is essentially a needless cause. If I can resolve it, I will resolve it. Oh, 100%, I'm willing to give my life to my country. The fact that this squabble is even happening in the way it is... I mean, both sides had their points. It's just difference in opinions, I feel. It's... One side feels like they're being treated unfairly, the other side's like, what did we do? And then miscommunication after miscommunication, war happens. Well, I do think my side has reason to do what they did. So does yours. But, I don't think it should have been handled like it was, not remotely. So much blood was spilled for no reason. Lives taken. All of that for this. Well, here we are, and on the night of our wedding, the war will officially be over. The troops are being withdrawn from their battle stations. And that is because of us, my dear. Can I call you that? Is it too early? I know we just met. Right, okay. So, tell me about yourself. What do you like to do for fun? Oh, I see. Okay. Bit of an artist, I see. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm not much of an artsy person. The most I do in that front is wood carving, and usually that goes down to me whittling bows. Occasionally I do something fun, like, one time I tried to do a wolf. Didn't end up well. It looks more like, a bush. But I can make good bows. I also make arrows. My main hobby is archery. Oh yes, I'm not much of a swordsman. No, I could be good with my size, but never really been my thing. I enjoy hunting with my father, and with that, you mostly use bows, and my size helps using more heavy compound bows. So, I could shoot heavier arrows, I could fly faster, all that. I've been training to use a bow that could pierce armor, so there's that. It sounds, it's quite the big bow. It's got quite the thick string. Um, I'm sorry. I know you don't. I know you don't care for that. It's well, it's not something you know too much about, and again, I don't like talking about murder, but it is cool to be able to try and use a bow of such caliber. Anyway, let's change the subject. Well, I've been wanting to say this because for many reasons. I'm sorry. I'm sorry this had to go this way, and you couldn't choose who your husband would be. I'm sorry that you were forced into a marriage with me. Any young woman, any individual really should be able to choose who they wed. They should be able to decide who they truly love and commit to that person. And you don't even know me. Who knows, maybe a love will spark one day. I would adore that, because I will do everything I can to make you a happy wife. Oh yes, I will. I know eventually we'll have our duties in ruling the kingdom of, various things. But for now, I will do everything I can to be a good husband. On a completely unrelated note, what are your favorite breakfast items? Just curious. Alright, well, the first thing I'd love to do as your husband is make you breakfast. Mm-hmm. I'd love to. Oh, to do nothing more. Keeping you in bed and getting out of bed to make you breakfast and then bringing it to you so you don't even have to leave the comfort of your bed to have a beautiful meal. I am a bit of a chef. I don't only hunt, I prepare the meat too. My father's quite rich, so we have access to quite a few spices, and when I tell you I can sear a steak, I mean I can sear a steak. Yeah, well, I don't know how much more hunting I'll do after this. I mean, I don't mind it, honestly. I find deer rather cute. I do. I had a pet deer when I was, gosh, around 8 to 12 or so. Oh, she was the sweetest. But I eventually had to let her go, and that changed how I looked at hunting, but I couldn't really tell my father that, because, he'd think I've gone soft and probably beat me. He's a... Oh, no, he doesn't do that often. That's just his chosen form of discipline. Do I think it's necessarily the best form of discipline? No, I don't quite think that, but there was once, I suppose. So I continued hunting, and I don't like doing it. I find most animals we hunt rather cute. Other than bears, they're just scary. they're cool, but yeah, they're scary. But, you know, what else are we gonna eat? Yeah, with a richer family, but not quite a rich family. Can't really afford much else than meat. Well, I guess now I can, because I'm marrying a princess. I won't abuse the power, or maybe a little bit. I won't lie to you, I've never tried cake. It sounds quite delicious. Oh, I know there'll be cake on our wedding day. I'll try not to lose my mind, because I've heard it is to die for. How's your family life? Is there anything I should know about, or... Ah, yes, I have noticed your father giving me the side eye. I'm sure he would rather not marry you off to some... I'm not quite a peasant, but basically, in his eyes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he would have loved to betroth you to some other prince, or who knows. I'd rather not have betrothed you to me, but here we are. Not much we can do, except accept the situation and try and make the best of it. And again, I will dedicate myself to you. I will do everything I can to be as good of a husband as I can be. Because that, my dear, that is what you deserve. Well, I know that already because you seem like a wonderful woman. Truly. You seem like an exquisite woman that I have the pleasure to even talk to, let alone marry. It'll be awkward for a little while, because again, getting married without ever even really talking before. I've seen you parade through my street once. Yeah, when I was around... I want to say when I was around 15, maybe? Around then, I was just in my father's cabin, and I heard the parade, and I peeked out, and I saw you on a float, waving your hand to the city folk. What did I think? Not much. I really was just like, oh, there's the princess. Hello. I did wave. You didn't see me though. I was on the upper floor, so you weren't. That wasn't where your eye line was. Well, I did think you were pretty. It's just not the first thing that jumped to mind. No. Darling, you are beautiful. It's just, I've never really valued looks as an individual myself. I've always preferred personality. Because if you're not dating someone with an interesting personality, what is the point of dating? Not to say that I don't think you have an interesting person. So far you're fun to talk to at the very least. So I think there is something to your personality that I could definitely enjoy. But yeah, I've never been one to be like, oh my god, that woman over there is so beautiful. I must have her in bed. And I'm just like, I don't know her. Why would I want that? I much prefer an intelligent and cunning woman than someone who is rather voluptuous. Not really my taste. No, I wouldn't say it's sweet, it's just my preference. Yeah, it's just my preference. Oh, yes, of course, yeah. I'd assume your father would want to speak to me. It was lovely talking to you. I'm honored to be able to have the opportunity to be your husband. And again, I promise you, I will be the best husband I can. And I will do everything I can for you. That is a promise. Alright. I must go talk to your father. Whew. I do not know what he is going to say to me. But, goodbye for now, my beloved.